Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityaānanda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nishan Ishavatarakan. Tat Prakasham Tatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam. Granthira Arambha Kori Mangala Charana. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana. Tinera Smarana Hoya Begana Vinashana. Aniyasa Safal Nija Vanchita Purana. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityaānanda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śrīvāsadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Adi Lila, chapter 5, entitled The Glories of Lord Nityaānanda Balarāma. And we read till text 141 yesterday. So now we will proceed to 142. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Yare Yache Nachai Se Taiche Kare Nritya. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Krishna alone is the supreme controller and all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them do so. Wow. It's a beautiful verse. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. Who is the supreme Ishvara? Krishna. Ekala Ishvara. Ekala Ishvara kaun? Bhagavan. Krishna. Aur sab bhritya. Rest everyone is bhritya. Bhritya means servant. Yare yache nachai. The way he makes them dance, se taiche kare nitya. That way they dance. Basically, they are puppets in the hands of Krishna. And that's a mood of a devotee also, to become puppet in the hands of Guru and Krishna. Nachao, nachao, nachao se mate kashtera putali jatha. I'm your servant. I'm your bhritya. Please make me dance the way you want me to dance. As Prabhupada said, please let those words, Krishna, I don't have any qualification, but you let the right words come into my mouth. You give me the right knowledge. You give me the right remembrance. You give me the right words. It's the mood of a devotee. So, very nice verse here. Let's read the next one. 143. Yes. Partha Prabhu, you want to read?
Yeah, sure. Sure, I can go ahead. Thanks, Hare Krishna. Ei mata Chaitanya Gosha in ekele Ishar Arsha Parishada Keho Bakinkar. The translation. Thus, Lord Chaitanya is also the only controller. All others are his associates or servants. Yeah.
Very, very similar verse. Hey Mata. Mata means opinion. In this way, Chaitanya Gosai or Krishna. So that particular, the previous verse was talking about Krishna, Ekaleshwar Krishna. And Krishna is non-different from Lord Chaitanya. So with this opinion, with this way, Chaitanya Gosai also becomes Ekaleshwara because they're non-different. Ekaleshwar Krishna or Ekaleshwar Chaitanya Gosai, similar line, right?
Yeah.
Or Sabha Parishada. Or Sabha Parishada. Parishada means Parishad is associates. Parishada. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. Parshad. Parshad means the close associates. All others are his associates or servants. So all others are Sabha are Parishad, Keha, Va, Kinkara. So some are Parishada, some are servants. That's the point here. Any more comments anyone has in this text?
So Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhuji, who is telling these verses? 142, 140, is it Kubilas Goswami or Balarāma ji or Nityānanda Prabhu?
So this is whole Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami only is speaking. Lord Balram's verse was specifically taken. It was from Bhāgavatam. So, but actually, this whole thing is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. But like within the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, sometimes he takes verses. Oh, this verse was spoken by Lord Balram at this place. So like that. But that verse itself, this is all written, was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami only. So in one way, we can understand this whole thing actually is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and he has picked sometimes from Gita, sometimes from Bhagavad, sometimes from other Puranas, etc. Thank you. Let's read the next two verses.
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa devotees, Dhanur Pranam, all goes to Śrīla Prabhupada, text 144, 145. Guru Bhargo Nityānanda, Advaita Acharya, Śrī Vasadi Arjato, Logu Samo Arjo, Shabe Parishad, Shabe Lilaro Sahai, Shab Lawa Nijo Karjo, Shade Godorai. Translation: by His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada ki joy. His elders such as Lords Nityaānanda, Advaita Acharya, and Srivas Thakur, as well as his other devotees, whether his juniors, equals, or superiors, are all his associates who help him in his pastimes. Lord Gauranga fulfills his aims with their help. So, like Krishna Lila in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Lila, all the associates came as his parents.
Alright, well, Prabhu, I think I can't hear or something happened. Is everyone else able to hear?
They help with their with Lord's aims, with Lord's purpose. The reason he comes down, he descends. They help also in their pastimes. Back to Prabhuji.
Well, thank you so much. So there are some associates, Parshada, who are elder, considered as Guru Varga. Nityaānanda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Adi. So they were elder to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as mentioned. They're Guru Varga. They are like seniors or superiors. Laghu Sama Ara. So Laghu means juniors. Sama means equal, same. The word same comes from the Sanskrit word. So all these, whether juniors, equals, or superiors, are also different kinds of associates. So some came before him, some were almost like equal, like Mukunda. Some came after, so they were his juniors, etc. So whenever a big person goes, there is a big entourage. Even let's say a person like a chief minister also goes. There are like 2 cars going before him, 2 cars going after this bodyguard, and this and that, whatnot. For a tiny minister of one tiny state, is it not? So think about when the Lord comes, his entourage always accompanies. They are his eternal Parshada. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayir Yajantihi Sumedasaha. So they came with this Parshada, Sango Panga Astra Parshadam. And what astra they brought? The astra of holy name, the weapon of holy name. And what is their main purpose of all these associates? To assist him in these pastimes. So what's the used? Lila Sahaya. This word comes multiple times. Lila Sahaya. Sabe Parshad Sabe Lila Sahaya. To assist Gaura Raya. Gaura Raya means here king or Lord Chaitanya. Let's read the next one. Yes, Bhaswati Mataji, you want to read?
Pranam Prabhuji. Text 146. Advaita Acharya Nityananda dui ango, dui jon laiha Prabhur joto kichu rango. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Advaita Acharya and Srila Nityananda Prabhu, who are plenary parts of the Lord, are his principal associates. With these two, the Lord performs his pastimes in various ways. So, such a beautiful translation Prabhupada made. So, Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, both of them were Lord Mahavishnu and Lord Balarāma, Dev, who is the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Bhāgavatam also. There are so many pastimes, beautiful pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. So that's what Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is explaining here. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Very well. Thank you so much, Mataji. It's quite straightforward, and then we will see later multiple pastimes in Caitanya Caritāmṛta and Caitanya Bhāgavatam and other holy scriptures also. So these two were the principal associates. Principal associate, the word used is principal. That means they were the most important. Let's read the next verse. Yes, Prema Sankirtana Prabhu. You want to read, please?
Yeah. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhu, Hare Kṛṣṇa devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Śrīla Prabhu. Text 147. Advaita Acharya Gosai Sakshat Ishwar Prabhu Guru Kori Mane Tihata Kinkar. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada. Lord Advaita Acharya is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Lord Chaitanya accepts him as his preceptor, Advaita Acharya is a servant of the Lord. Purport: Lord Chaitanya always offered respects to Advaita Acharya as he would to his fathers, because Advaita was even older than his father. Yet Advaita Prabhu always considered himself a servant of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Prabhu and Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya's spiritual master, were both disciples of Madhavendra Puri, who was also the spiritual master of Nityaānanda Prabhu. Thus, Advaita Prabhu as Lord Chaitanya's spiritual uncle, was always to be respected, because one should respect one's spiritual master's god brother as one respects one's spiritual master. Because of all these considerations, Sri Advaita Prabhu was superior to Lord Chaitanya. Yet Advaita Prabhu considered himself Lord Chaitanya's subordinate. So Hare Krishna. So here, Srila Prabhupada is explaining that Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Lord Advaita Acharya is the supreme personality of Godhead. As Mataji was saying, he is Mahavishnu, but Mahaprabhu respects him, because we know that Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Srila Ishwar Puri, they were all disciples of Srila Madhavendra Puri. And actually Nityaānanda Prabhu is also, he is a disciple, a Shiksha Guru actually, because his spiritual master was Lakshmipati Tirtha, who was the spiritual master of Srila Madhavendra Puripad. But when Nityaānanda Prabhu first saw Madhavendra Puri and Advaita Prabhu in Vrindavan, he took shelter of Srila Madhavendra Puripad as his Shiksha Guru. So we can see that actually Mahaprabhu's associates, most of them were very senior, like Srila Pundarik Vidyanidhi. He was also the disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puripad, and he was the spiritual master of Godadhar Prabhu. So we can see that all the Panchatattva, they were related to Srila Madhavendra Puripad actually. And Madhavendra Puri actually, even though he is from the Madhya Sampradaya, like Lakshmipati Tirtha before him, if we look at that, our disciplic succession, they came from all Madhavacharya. But Madhavendra Puripad was the first who started that loving devotional service. Before that, the devotional service was with awe and reverence. Madhavendra Puripad, we will come to see that when Madhavendra Puripad's topic comes, when Mahaprabhu was going to Jagannath Puri, and he was explaining that the pastimes of Khir Chora Gopinath, that he is the first Ankur, first person who started the loving devotional service, like the four relationship, like Daisya, servitor, then Shokya, friendship, then paternal, Vatsalya, and then Madhurya. So he was, so everybody of them, they were related to actually Madhavendra Puripad. And Mahaprabhu respect Srila Madhavendra Puripad so much that he will respect their disciples. Even like later on, we will see in Jagannath Puri pastimes, there are some other disciples of Madhavendra Puri came, like Paramananda Puri, like Brahmananda Puri, and he respect them so much. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying that he was very respectful to them. But Advaita Prabhu actually, he knew that Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead, Śrī Caitanya, and he came because of Advaita Prabhu's, Advaita Prabhu brought him actually here to this time. And he knew, but he never actually wanted that Mahaprabhu will respect him. And there is a nice pastime, we know that, where Advaita Prabhu went, he had two houses, one in Shantipur and one in Navadvip. Because he was a big Jamindar, Advaita. He was a rich person actually. So Advaita Prabhu went back to Shantipur and he started actually teaching Yoga Vasishta. He was saying that, no, bhakti is not, Yoga Vasishta is the main thing. So Mahaprabhu and Nityaānanda Prabhu went and Mahaprabhu started beating him. And when he was beating him, then Advaita Prabhu was actually, his wife was crying, don't beat, he's an old person. Because Advaita Prabhu was, when Mahaprabhu was born, Advaita Prabhu was 52-year-old at that time. And Nityaananda Prabhu was actually 12 when Mahaprabhu was born. So Nityaananda Prabhu was 12 years older than Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Prabhu was almost like 50, more than 50 years older than Mahaprabhu. He was his father's friend, actually, Jagannath Mishra's friend. So he started beating, and Advaita Prabhu started actually, he said, oh, you right now you gave me your mercy. You right now you gave me your mercy. But before that, he was not even, Mahaprabhu so many times, actually they were fighting each other to get Advaita Prabhu's dust from his lotus. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhu, sorry, I just spoke too much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing those sweet exchanges between Lord Chaitanya and Śrī Advaita Acharya. This is the reciprocal relationship. The Lord wants to serve the devotee wants to serve the Lord. And there's a transcendental competition between the two. Who will serve more? But the point here is respect. And I really like this this line here. Prabhupada is directly quoting, one should respect one's spiritual masters, god brothers, as one's respects one's spiritual master. And this is very, very important and practical thing for all the ISKCON devotees. Because ISKCON is a very big organization and there are multiple spiritual masters. But it should not be that, oh, you know, he's my spiritual master, oh, he's not my spiritual master, oh, he's my spiritual master's brother. The point here, Prabhupada is clearly writing, we should respect the spiritual masters, god brothers, of course, god sisters, the same way, right? Because no genuine spiritual master will be happy that if they get to know that, oh, for your spiritual master, you are doing something special, but for someone, if someone else came, his god brother comes, then you are taking it cheaply. The spiritual master will not be happy to get to know that. I remember this instance in Radha Gopinath temple. For some of you maybe have been there. There is a very unique Vyasasana. It's a very unique Vyasasana, which can fit at least 5-6 devotees. So it's like a big Vyasasana. Why? Because one time His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was giving a class and they arranged a special Vyasasana, like normal, one person sits. But there were a lot of some of his prominent god brothers were there, and they did not get the right kind of, you can say, or Maharaj didn't feel that they got the right seat to be seated on like a normal chair. So then he said that, okay, we want to change here because they deserve more respect than me. So Maharaj actually goes to the extent, they says, you should give multifold more respect to them than you give to me. That's of course the mood of a devotee. Amanina manadena, trinadapi sunichna. Don't give respect to me. Give respect to my god brothers. Give respect to my god sisters. Give respect to my teachers. They're all my prabhus. They're all my prabhus. They're all my masters. That will please me more. So we should not have this narrow mentality that, oh, he's my Diksha Guru, so I will respect him more, and he is my Diksha Guru's brother or sister, then I will respect, but not as much. So that's very narrow mentality. But in ISKCON, we should try to have broad mentality. Broad mentality. It's very, very important principle. This is very, very important. Very, very important. This one statement, if we take it, if you always remember this statement, we will be very happy in life, and others will be very happy with us. That because wherever we go, whichever temple you may be in, whether it's Florida, New York, India, Bombay, any, because everywhere the society is such that there are multiple initiating gurus, and all of them are great, right? If the GBC has approved initiating guru, they have gone through a very systematic process of scrutiny and screening and blah blah blah. There's a lot of big process. So the GBC means Prabhupada has given their blessings, then we must respect them. Very simple. And sometimes even if they have, let's say we meet some disciple of Prabhupada who may not be even practicing devotee at the present. Because I was hearing a class of His Grace Gauranga Prabhu. He said Prabhupada initiated about 5,500 disciples. 5,500. And how many of them were Indians at that time? Less than 50. So most of them were, like 99% practically, were non-Indians. But ISKCON went through its own phase and journey, and then a lot of those 5,500, many of them, they kind of stopped practicing or went in different directions. We don't need to go in detail. I don't know the details anyways. But the point is, they did a lot in their time to serve Prabhupada. So even if we meet such a personality, we should respect them, certainly. Now, respect is different way. Respect does not, as mentioned, respect does not mean that we have to lend our ears to them and hear something which may not be conducive. Respect means we should respect that they have served Prabhupada in some capacity, and we must respect and do what is needful with the right maturity. And for those who are sincerely following Prabhupada's mission, then yes, we should certainly take the dust of their lotus feet. That means take their instructions as our life and soul. Anyways, that's a big topic, but this sentence we can focus on again. One should respect one's spiritual masters, God brothers, God sisters, in short, one's God uncles, the same way one would respect one's spiritual master. Very, very powerful sentence. That will please Prabhupada. Is it Prabhupada's mood, actually. Today only I was talking to one of my teachers, and he mentioned that we should try to read Prabhupada's book sincerely and try to, I will just quote what he exactly said, try to understand what principles Prabhupada is asking us to live by, and genuinely try to live by those principles. And how will that happen? When we go meditate upon these. This is a very, very powerful statement here. So we should certainly try to live by this. This will help us, this will help the community, this will help the ISKCON, and it is very much essential. Any more thoughts, comments anyone has? 148. Let's read the next one. Any Manjulali Priya, you want to read, please?
Hare Krishna, please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Acharya Gosai Ira Tattva Nayaya Kathana Krishna Avatari Yeno Tarila Bhuvana. Translation: I cannot describe the truth of Advaita Acharya. He has delivered the entire world by making Lord Krishna descend. Thank you. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So I think Prabhuji just mentioned this, that it was the call and the cry of Śrī Advaita Acharya serving, Shaligram with Ganga Jal and Tulasi leaves, Tulasi Dalamatrina Jalasya Chulukinava, Vikriniti Swam Atmanam Varada Bhavashobhani. By offering little Ganga Jal, little water, palm, Tulasi Jalamatrina, sorry, Tulasi Dalamatrina Jalasya Chulukina, Chullu Bharpani, Ganga Jal, little water, palm full of water, and Tulasi leaf. He was offering every day and sincerely calling out, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's basically so powerful that the Lord is willing to sell himself to that person. Vikrinete swam atmana. The Lord sells in that exchange of love offered through the medium of holy names, holy water, and holy tulasi. Or any other article for that matter. The main thing, whether patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, offering, we are all offering our love and devotion. Yome bhaktya prayachati. And my wife was mentioning this. Yome bhaktya prayachati adham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayat atmanaha. Ashnami prayat atmanaha. So what does prayat atmanaha mean there? Anyone knows that? In that verse,
Surrender
surrender
with love.
with love. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Accept to. I
Accept
accept.
is ashnami.
Ashnami.
Ashnami is accept. Let's go to that verse and read the word to word. It's right here. So, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. We all know that. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. One who gives, or who might with devotion, bhaktya. That I will accept. How it is offered? Bhakti upaharitam. Upahar means a gift, upahar. With bhakti, if it is offered, by whom? Prayat atmanaha. From one in pure consciousness. Very important. And my wife helped me to focus on that, and while she was teaching the kids class. So really, we both were meditating upon this, that this is very nice. Prayat atmanaha. In pure consciousness we offer. When we offer with pure consciousness, Lord will certainly accept. And he did accept the call of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Advaita Acharya. And he came to deliver the whole world. Janmashtami is coming. Balarāma Purnima is coming. So we can also pray to Krishna and Balarāma to descend in our heart and deliver all the free us from all the impurities, and develop, so we can develop that pure consciousness and establish Krishna Prema. That's basically the mood of Janmashtami. To the Lord's descent, the Lord's appearance in the heart of a person with pure consciousness. Now someone will say, well, I don't have pure consciousness, but that's what we are trying for. That's what Chaitudarpana Marjanam, to chant, to keep chanting, to try better, so that we can develop that pure consciousness for the appearance of the Lord. Any more comments anyone has?
So, Prabhuji, what is mean pure consciousness in a line? I know it's a big topic, but in a line, if somebody asks.
Pure consciousness, Atmanaha. In one line, if we say, like, it could be explained in multiple aspects, but simplicity is very important, with no hidden agendas. No duplicity. Oh, I'm offering you this patram pushpam so you can give me thousands of dollars. That's not pure consciousness, right? That's adulterated with hidden agendas. Pure means with no impurities, right? Pure means no impurities. We have impurities: lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. Therefore, one of the main moods while offering these is, Krishna, I am so impure. How can I even offer you this? But by the order of my spiritual master, a devotee says, Gurudev, I am not qualified person to offer. You take it, you approach Prabhupada, Prabhupada will approach his guru, all the way to Krishna, because they are all prayat atmanaha. I'm not a prayat atmana. A devotee never feels like that. I don't have pure consciousness. My heart is full of all the vices. So in few words, yes, it's free from impurities. Yes. Or in one way, we can also say one who is genuinely trying to be free from impurities is also can be referred to as prayatatmana, right? One who is genuinely endeavoring without duplicity, without hidden agendas. Like Prabhupada gives the example, a person in the shower, he may have mud over him, but he is genuinely trying to clean. So what will we see? Will we focus on the, hey, this person is still dirty? Or will we look at the side, this person was so dirty before, but look at now. He is not accumulating more dirt. On the other side, he is getting gradually free. So it's just a matter of time that person will also become prayatatmanaha. That's another understanding. Devotees, feel free to add. Very nice, interesting question. Sankirtan Prabhu, you want to add anything?
Oh, Hare Krishna. I was just listening to one Shri Bhakti Charu Maharaj's lecture. Maharaj was saying that he was saying that we just follow same question. Actually, someone asked him. So he was saying that we follow Mahaprabhu's that Gopi Bhattu Padakamalaya Das, and you just echoed the whole thing that we don't give anything to Mahaprabhu or anything. We give it to our Gurudev give it to Srila Prabhupada. So Maharaj was saying that same thing, Gopi Bhattu Padakamalaya Das. So he was saying that is the only. He was saying that we need to imbibe that line in our heart, in our behavior. That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, we can read a verse or two more. Where did we pause? 149. Anyone wants to read this text?
I can read. Oh, yeah, go. Prabhuji, please go ahead.
So please.
All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Text 149. Nityaānanda Swarup purbe hoiya Lakshman, Laghu Batra hoiya kore Ramero Shaban. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Nityaānanda Swarupa formerly appeared as Lakshman and served Lord Ramchandra as his younger brother. Purport. Among the sannyasis of the Shankar Sampradaya, there are different names for brahmacharis. Each sannyasi has some existence known as brahmacharis, who are called by different names according to the names of the sannyasi. Among such brahmacharis, there are four names: Swarup, Ananda, Prakash, and Chaitanya. Nityaanda Prabhu maintained himself as a brahmachari. He never took sannyas. As a brahmachari, his name was Nityaananda Swarup, and therefore the sannyasis under whom he was living must have been from the tirthas or ashramas of the Shankar Sampradaya, because one of the names of the existing brahmachari of such a sannyasi is Swarupa. Would you please explain more? Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. I forgot. Then anyone recalls who was the traveling sannyasi where Lord Nityaananda Prabhu was assisting? Was it Lakshmipati Tirtha or?
Prabhu, it was, I mean, some people say that it was Lakshmipati Tirtha. But in the past time, it says that in Maharashtra, in Pandurpur, where actually Lakshmipati Tirtha had a dream. Lord Balarāma came to his dream and told him that I'm giving you this mantra. Tomorrow there will be a effulgent person will come and you give him this mantra. So from that, it looks like Lakshmipati Tirtha was not the person who actually took Nityaananda Prabhu from his house, because that was little later. So I'm not sure about that. But here Prabhupada mentioned that Swarup, Nityaananda Swarup, and Mahaprabhu took from Keshav Bharati, Bharati Sampradaya. That was also Shankaracharya, and that's why he gave him name Krishna Chaitanya. And Prakashananda, they were also from Shankaracharya Sampradaya. So that's why he's Prakashananda. And even Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was also from Shankaracharya's line, even though he was not the sannyasi, but he was actually teaching the Shankaracharya sannyasis. He was from Saraswati, because when Mahaprabhu met him, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was telling him that, oh, you took from Bharati Sampradaya, I will give you better. Is among them, Shankaracharya Saraswati Sampradaya was the more respectful. So he was saying that I'm going to give you from that Sampradaya, Saraswati Sampradaya. So that's my understanding here. But I just want to share something. I apologize about Lakshmana's service to Lord Ram. I was just listening. Most likely all of you know, I was listening one of the lecture of Her Grace Nitai Shebini Mataji. And so she was giving one example that when after the Ravan was killed and everybody came to Ajodhya and everybody was praising Lord Ram, then and Hanuman, that, oh, Hanuman did so much and Lord Ram did, and then Agastya Muni came. And Agastya Muni came and he said, no, it was not Lord Ram, it was not Hanuman. It was only because of Lakshman, Ravan was destroyed. Then he said, then everybody asked, why? Then he said, because if Indrajit wouldn't have been killed by Lakshmana, then Ram couldn't even, he couldn't have the victory over Ravana, because Indrajit was the main, and he had a benediction that someone only can kill him who never eat anything for 12 years, who never slept for 12 years, and who never see the face of a woman for 12 years. Then Ram becomes startled. And Ram look at Lakshmana. Lakshman, you didn't, okay, I understand you didn't sleep because you were taking care of us. Even in Chitrakoot Parvat, Dandakaranya, you were taking care of us. So then how about you didn't eat? Lakshman said, yes, I never ate, because you already gave me the whatever fruits and I brought to you. You divided into 3 parts and you gave me, Lakshman, take. You never told me to eat, so I never ate. So then Ram said, okay, I want to verify that. So he sent Lakshman, Hanuman, to all of the places where they were staying. And it was found that only 5 days those fruits were not kept. Only 5 days were missing. And all the other days, the fruits were there, whatever he gave it to him. So Lord Ram said, what happened, Lakshman? Those 5 days you ate? He said, no. The day when Sita was taken away, that day you didn't give me. We didn't eat anything. So he gave like 5 days. Then, one of the day was that I think two days there. And there, I forgot. Mataji gave all the 5 different days, which date he was not given the food. So he didn't sleep, he didn't eat, and then he also didn't see any female's face. He only saw Mother Sita's lotus feet. If you remember that when all the ornaments, Lakshman said that I can acknowledge those, the ankle belt of Mother Sita. So that's how he actually killed Indrajit, because Indrajit was the main obstacle. And that's why Lakshman only could, actually, he was able to kill Indrajit. So I thought to share that, how Lakshman served. That's one of the example. Hare Kṛṣṇa Prabhu, back to you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This is really wonderful. Okay. Let's see if anyone else has any other thoughts, questions, or comments. And thank you for sharing these names, Krishna Chaitanya, Nitya̱nanda Swarupa. So the background from the brahmachari names.
Who your voice is low.
Swarupa, Ananda, Prakasha, and Chaitanya. Is it okay now? Okay.
I believe Prabhu Swarup Damodar Goswami was also from Shankar. He was also a Sannyasi. So that's why his name was
Swarupa.
His name was initially in Navadvip, his name was Purushottam. But then he got Sannyas ashram from Shankar Sampradaya, and his name became Swarup Damodar.
This Shankar and Shankaracharya is different.
Understand, true.
So this Shankar and Shankaracharya Sampradaya is different. Shankaracharya Sampradaya, we know there's a Mayavadi, and this Shankar Sampradaya.
At that time, actually, all the Shannyas were from Mayavadi.
Oh, okay.
So they are same.
That's why, like Advaita Prabhu opened that tool teaching Mayavadi, and Lord Gauranga became angry and started beating him.
He did that. He pretended to get Mahaprabhu's mercy. The reason I want to share one pastime. Sorry, Prabhu, I'm talking too much. So one pastime was on the day of Mahaprakash Lila. Mahaprabhu was calling each and every of his devotee and asking them what, like he showed Murari Gupta as Varaha Rup, Ram Rup. Then different devotees, he was showing them in different incarnations. So so it's almost like it was, because it was more than 24 hours. And in the evening, almost most of the devotees were actually called. Even Sridhar was called, Sridhar was brought. Then two persons were not getting his mercy. One was Mother Shochi. And everybody was asking Mahaprabhu, even Advaita Prabhu was asking, Prabhu, call your mother. Because Mahaprabhu was giving prem like without any discrimination. And he said, no, I'm not going to call my mother. He was very angry. Then some devotees said, Prabhu, why you are not calling your mother? He said, no, she did an offense to the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. So what she did actually, you know, Vishwarup, Mahaprabhu's elder brother, Vishwarup actually was going to, they were always studying together. He was going to Advaita Prabhu's stall and he was reading there. And then he took sannyas. So Mother Shochi was little upset. She was saying that, oh, Advaita, he's not Advaita, he's Dvaita. Dvaita means he has a dual mentality. Because one way he told my son that, oh, this material world samsara is nothing, you should live. On the other way, he is doing his he's doing the bhakti by staying at home, because he was a grihastha, you know. So she said, she didn't say actually, it was in her mind, but she said, he is a Dvaita, he is not Advaita. His name should. Mahaprabhu was very upset. Then he said, only if Advaita Prabhu give you his lotus dust from his lotus feet, then she will get my mercy. But Advaita Prabhu said, no, no, no. She is the universal mother of the Supreme Lord. How can I? She doesn't need my lotus feet. And then she's not getting any mercy from Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, no, you have to get the dust from Advaita Acharya Prabhu. So in the evening, when the Arati started, Advaita Acharya Prabhu was dancing, and he became, you know, fully like, I mean, he became unconscious. And then devotee said, go right now. So she went and bowed down to his lotus feet and said, Prabhu, please forgive me. And took the lotus feet, dust from his lotus feet. And as soon as she did that, Mahaprabhu said, call my mother. I'm going to give her the prema, Krishna prema. So that was the one of the things.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing these sweet Lord Chaitanya pastimes, the Acharya's pastimes. Okay, so I guess we will pause here and continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is weekend, so we'll continue on Monday and continue with Lord Nityananda's pastimes, Lord Balarāma, Nityaānanda, Lakshmana, they're all the same. So we have covered till almost 150 verses, but there are about 100 more to go. So yeah, we'll keep reading slowly and keep relishing the nectar. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Śrī Nityaṁ Prabhu ki jai, Śrī Advaita Acharya ki jai, Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Śrī Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Mahāshay ki jai, Śrī Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyaiva ca patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Hare Bol.